going on, everybody? Welcome to Brainless Thoughts.
Oh, man.
We got our buddy Ace with Ace Force One again today for the second time. Be many, many more. Many more.
Deuces.
Got Bob. Sorry. Got Bob over there. Today we're going to talk about simulation theory. And
Today I'm going to convince you it's real.
I'm truly intrigued by it because from all the research I've done, we're more likely to be living in one than.
Don't spoil it yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Guys
Go ahead.
jumping in.
Go ahead.
All right, so what does mankind do? What do we always do? Why are we here, right? We all ask that. Don't we ask that one time? Maybe when you're on your 13th mile, the 15-mile run, you're like, why the fuck am I here? Whatever reason, you ask, why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually believe in simulation theory, so I'm going to be talking like I do. I just find it really super interesting.
Yeah.
Simulation theory is freaking sick. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we here? Well, maybe we're here just because someone has a powerful computer. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff that goes into it, but let me give you a little primer first, because I know you've done some research on it too. I don't know how much research Ace has done. So it starts with the idea. Did you say none?
No.
Enough?
So not enough.
Not enough.
That means he
Okay.
did some.
All right. Technology.
Yeah.
Let's take video games for example. Look back in the 80s. What did it look like? You got
I don't know.
Mario.
You tell us.
One color.
You got Mario and Duck Hunt and shit, right? Atari, stuff like that. Now look at the technology.
Crazy.
Now look at what we can create. Look at VR systems like you were talking about before off camera.
Yeah.
VR. How long has that been? 40 years, in the technology of video games based. So now extrapolate that to 1,000 years.
Yeah.
10,000 years. Take that technology and keep moving it out. By that time, based on the technology we have now, how could it not be possible that this is all just simply a simulation? Well, you go, because it's real. Well, is it? In 20,000 years, will the technology be advanced enough that we won't know it all? Like, for instance, I might be the only player character in this simulation.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that your guys' thoughts are real.
Right.
Or in
Brainless.
5,000 years from now, or in 5,000 years from now, could you have the option to go to sleep and still be a living organism, but in a different simulation, living a different life?
Yeah, it's just, ugh.
Then why would we choose to be in a simulation?
See,
Yeah.
I would
But
think
we
that
say
simulation things
didn't
we are not
choose.
choosing.
We didn't choose.
True. Yeah. Sure.
There's
Could be.
there's either a higher power that is running this,
Yeah.
like a grandmaster
Uh-huh.
who's running this game, or it's all by chance and the Big Bang was real and
Okay, so the Big Bang, right?
But technically, what is real? Because technically, the only real thing in this world are atoms.
Are they real?
But that's what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
Technically, by
So,
technicality.
You mentioned the Big Bang,
Mhm.
so I'm gonna nerd the shit out on this.
Okay.
The Big Bang. The Big Bang started. What started before the Big Bang? These are all questions that lead up to making people believe in simulation theory. So, the Big Bang, or God, or if you're religious, whatever, we're open-minded here. So the Big Bang happened from nothing? So it just there was nothing and then there was.
I like to think a star farted and then it happened.
Maybe, but there had to be, a star couldn't have farted to create the Big Bang because there were no stars before the Big Bang.
But that'd still be something.
Once again, I'm done.
So
I'm
something,
done.
Something
so-
versus something
something,
versus nothing.
Yes, you are, and that's why I'm here. So there was nothing and then there was something.
Yep.
Now, let's say there's a God, gods, whatever, who then created something. That's still something from nothing. As a human, try to wrap your head around the idea of something from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make any sense?
Right.
It really doesn't. Simulation theory is the idea that it's not something from nothing, because
Bless you.
what we see, what we see as something from nothing is. I lost my train of thought.
Something from nothing.
Yeah. So let's say that simulation theory proposes that there can't be something from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it had to be created. So in essence, if anything is created, it's a simulation theory.
Seems like to be continued. Well, you're just
Yeah.
Because
Piggyback.
when I say simulation, it doesn't mean that's a video game.
Right.
It could be a test. It could be somebody wanting to relive history. How do we know that it's not some race 400,000 years in the future that came from us that wants to run the history back to see how we evolved? So they just set everything up, set the wheels in motion, and now they're just watching.
What's that one kid show? The fucking Airbender thing?
Ren and Snippy.
No, the Airbender
Oh.
thing.
Avatar?
Yeah. What if all those were actually the gods that created everything? Because they're all like the elements, you know what I mean? What if they
I'm
were
gonna
the
go back to
actual
your previous
gods?
statement where you said you're done.
And then they were just like, boom!
Everyone's IQ
Hello,
is lowered.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Did you say that's not true?
Okay, so
Who's
anyway.
to say in a past life you were 6 foot? Oh wait.
I hate you
No,
right
Not
now.
happening.
Anyway, this theory is just crazy how in depth it could get. Because then you're saying you don't. So what is your reasoning for not believing in it or not?
You would never know if it's true.
True.
So let me take that back, walk that back. It's
Yeah.
not a disbelief.
Right.
It's the fact that if we lived in a simulation, you would never know. The
Right.
technology would be so advanced. People ask, could you escape it? You know, it's not like The
Right.
Matrix. Yeah, I had to name drop that movie because it's a movie about it.
relevant.
Mhm.
But the technology would be so advanced, we would never escape it anyways. If we're even real.
Right.
So
There's no
you-
on and off switch.
No, there's no on. Well, and if there is an off switch,
Uh-oh.
we wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, if that
That's
alien
right.
nerd in his basement playing on his mom's computer, you know, decides to flick the switch and turn it off, it would just end. But maybe that end is the world ending or the universe ending.
Right.
And there's so much more that goes into this. Like the fact that, let's take math. You break down anything in the universe, it breaks down to math, right? The spiral of a nautilus shell, the ebb and flow of tides. Well, what do you break down math to?
I'm
It's a
dumb
simple
over
form.
here. You already said that.
What's the simplest form of math? It's binary code. It's ones and zeros. That means the entire universe breaks down to ones and zeros.
Right.
What is computer code written out of? Basically ones and zeros.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the language that is across the multiverse, is math.
Unified.
Well,
Yeah.
some like philosophers and stuff say that and like scientists and stuff say that they've found computer codes within the universe. Or something.
That's where I got that from.
Yeah.
Is they're saying if you break it down, like the nautilus shell. If you look up a nautilus, you guys know what those are, right? Like a mollusk kind of thing that has like a spiral shell.
Right.
That the growth of their shell follows a mathematical formula 100% of the time. And it's based in math in nature, and you can break it down to ones and zeros that explain how every nautilus shell will grow. I mean, that is a perfect example of a code program being run. So when you play a video game, we're all gamers here, you run to the wall and you stop. But the video game is not real, like when you play PUBG.
Player unknown battlegrounds is what he's trying
The
to
lamer
say.
version of Fortnite.
Right.
You see that refrigerator over there? You're gonna go in it later.
When you play the lamer version of Fortnite, the character hits a wall and stops.
Mhm.
There are rules in that simulation, but the wall's not real.
Walls made up.
Take us, 100,000 years in the future, there are rules that say that I can be shoved in the fridge,
Right, you could
but
right
the
now.
fridge isn't real in the simulation. But the rules say that I can be shoved in the fridge.
Yeah.
The character in the video game hits the wall and stops, but the wall's not real. Someone just coded that.
Right. This will get downhill. It's big, man.
My question is, why am I not this tall in my simulation?
Yeah.
Kind of fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, whoever's doing the coding. Having a bad day.
They ruined it.
Just-
They ruined
Right?
it.
Somebody who is writing this simulation owes me $270. That's what happened.
All right, so if we are in a simulation, would you want to know?
That's a big question,
It's like the
man.
Matrix, right?
Yeah.
You wanna know?
What do you think? You go first.
I walk up to you and I have, you know, like the pills, right, in my hand.
Mhm.
But I would think it'd be more like this. Do you want to know the truth and not be in the simulation, and you don't know what that could entail? You might be this like a ball of energy, you might be dead, you might be whatever, or do you want to stay in it?
I don't want to know.
There you
But
go.
I don't want to know, but at the same time, you'd probably be losing a lot.
Because he's successful.
Yeah, okay. I would want to know, but I would have to, it wouldn't be like an instant, I wouldn't just take the pill. If there's a pill for it, I'd have to like,
You'd want to
contemplate
gradually.
it. I'd have to gradually get into it probably. Because I mean, you're talking like family disappears, things you love ones, friends, like things that could happen, right? So, but at the same
I
time.
just changed my whole mind.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's not, like, I mean, I know the movies, they just take it really fast, but you don't want to contemplate, or make sure you say
Yeah,
like
but you end up on
goodbyes.
the ground,
I
curled
mean,
up,
yeah,
just
you know,
crying
like,
and puddle your own urine,
yeah.
just like...
Because what if it's too much? What about, like, in those times it's too much information, you get too much too fast, your brain can't, can't comprehend. It's like when you wake up and you get all the thoughts really fast, right? Your brain can't calculate it that fast, or something, right? I wonder if it would be like that.
Do you think that if that happened, let's say, you said, yeah, I want to know the truth, and then in the morning, you wake up to fucking none of this is here, and
Right.
it's just like weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is,
And then-
if your consciousness even exists outside of the...
And then you just like hyperventilate and die.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Because of
you
the-
get that much information
shock.
that fast, yeah, it could.
You know?
So, I mean, you're thinking,
But like I said, that is if our consciousness even exists outside the simulation.
true.
Yeah.
Because we don't, there's a lot of theories you can look up, like why we think, but we don't know why we think. It's 2019, all the science technology, but yet we don't know why this works.
Mm-hmm.
So unless it's coded in simulation to make us think, and we think, this is going to sound dumb, we think more than we actually do,
Right.
when in reality we're just operating on base code line.
That doesn't sound dumb though.
We believe that we're real because we're told to believe that we're real. I could encode a game, I could encode like a character in a video game to say, I am real. And then espouse upon all the reasons why they exist. But they don't exist. And there's no way for them to prove they don't exist.
Yeah. But then again, it's like, there's so much...
So when the simulation turns off,
Right.
you're just gone.
True.
You take
Yeah,
the pill and you're like,
nothing.
boink.
You weren't even.
Yeah, you never
Existed.
existed.
Yeah. But then again, there's like, I don't know, like you said, nobody's ever going to know for sure, but
I mean, maybe not in the next.
there's so much like research and stuff done saying that it is real and saying that it's not real, and that we're here just by chance.
Yeah.
So, but can we all agree, like, with technology, it is going to improve to that point where we can, like, be hooked up to a chair and do.
Absolutely.
It'll start with little things like taking a vacation or something.
Right.
To like.
Well, there's a...
To Bali, just chilling on an island.
But
you're
then
really at home.
eventually, you're gonna have to have tubes put in you, like to get nutrition and like all this, like, and it just
No
can keep you
downfalls.
going, right? I mean, we do that for hospitals, right? Like,
Yeah.
right, in a coma, like they're just getting fed. We
So-
could do that.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
piggyback on that, it's
Yeah.
awesome you brought that up. There's this, not theory, there's this, I don't even believe it's a theory, it's kind of like this really current, believed scientific, it's not like a plan, but that humanity only has certain outcomes. Outcome one, we become extinct. Right?
I don't believe that one though.
Okay, but I'm not saying this is true.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying we become extinct. Outcome two, we reach the technology to be able to do what we're talking about, what you just said.
Right.
That's it. If humanity does not become extinct, we will reach that technology, whether it be a million years,
Exactly.
whether we almost all die out and have to rebuild.
Right.
If we do not die out, we will reach that technology.
Right.
So therefore, it's actually
But what if
more
we don't?
believable, given the infinite of time, unless the universe ends or we die out, we will reach that technology. There's only two
That's
options.
inevitable. We're making progress.
Even if it takes
Progress
20
is-
billion years.
Right.
But then what if people become complacent, right? Which
But they might
likely
become
that happening
complacent.
is no, and we get to a point where we're like, oh yeah, this is cool. We don't really want to change anything because if we do, shit's gonna happen and people are gonna go
Well,
nuts.
it's the idea that no matter how much time you give it,
You know
yeah,
what I
even
mean?
if humanity spends 20 billion years being complacent,
Right.
eventually things change. So we will eventually gain the technology. So you have people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Elon Musk, from Tesla,
Mhm.
saying there's only like a 1 in a billion chance that we're not a simulation.
Right.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk believes that we are.
Yeah,
in a
absolutely believes we're a
simulation.
simulation.
Yeah.
Because he says, if every society can, like, so we played The Sims, right?
Yeah.
Who hasn't binged The Sims in put everybody in a pool and take away the ladder and watch them die. If you build a simulation...
That's what y'all do. Hey, man. I was raised in the family and stuff. Had a good 9-to-5 job.
So, and it's called nesting simulation, where every society will build a simulation, and then inside that simulation you build a simulation, and inside that simulation you build a simulation. Because there's infinite universe, infinite galaxies, and infinite time and space, technically there's a huge, giant, bigger chance we are in a simulation than not. I mean, and that's
makes
people
sense.
way smarter than me.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we can all agree probably that Neil deGrasse Tyson's smart, right?
Yeah.
And he's a scientist,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there and they're going, is it real? And he goes, well, I have a hard time arguing it's not.
Then you're like, okay, yeah, it's not real.
You're like, okay, well, none of this is real.
Yeah.
F it, I'm going home.
You had a PhD when you had a PhD when you were 11. I believe it.
There's just too many trends going. I mean, the direction we're going. It's just, that's why they can't really, they're not 100% on board with it, but they can't say it's not. Like it's
Yeah.
not, right? So that's more kind of how, that's why Elon was kind of like, it's like, he said he had the argument like a million times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, because you can believe in something, or you can think that something's real or not real, but you don't have to necessarily believe it.
Well,
You know
that's
what I mean?
technically faith,
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is like, I was thinking about it the other day, faith. I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, wait a minute. And this is not to be disrespectful to anybody, but I was thinking about the idea of like Christianity and God and simulation theory, and I'm like, it fits perfectly with simulation theory. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Or,
kind of, not really.
okay, so get this. God, whatever God is, whatever you believe God is, right?
Hold on, but you have, didn't you go to school for, like, aren't you like well educated in,
Absolutely.
what's
Oh,
it,
wait,
what is it?
What? Which one?
Your,
What did I go to school for first?
yeah,
Okay, I went to school for first is I was going to teach philosophy and ethics.
okay.
And then I changed because that wouldn't pay very well. But I still
Okay.
got philosophy. Like world religions?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
studied world religions, yeah.
Yeah, so you know way more about all the religions.
But even I didn't know anything about religion. Just saying that there's a God.
Yeah, he's just breaking
So there's a God, gods, whatever, creates the universe, sets the rules, puts things in it, and watches it play out based on those rules. That's simulation theory right there. Even if there's not a computer involved, the creation of something with rules that we simply exist in is our brain and what we think is our existence, our soul real. It's only real because something else created it and put it there.
Right.
And all religions pretty much believe that. Not all of them, but a vast majority of them. So if you believe in God, a Christian God, that's awesome.
Mm.
This theory of mine doesn't diminish any of that.
Yeah.
It just says that God created you. He created a soul.
Yeah.
He puts you on a planet that He created, in a universe that He created, with a time frame that He created. All the rules you exist under are His creation. He is the guy who created the simulation. What does a simulation do? It achieves an end goal. What is the end goal? To reach the next higher level of existence after you die. And if we do really well, we get to get the trophy at the end. Or the
But that's if there's,
chicken dinner.
again, that's if there's, that's if there's a trophy though.
Or we
You
get to
said it works
be
out.
Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, or like Jeff Bezos. That's probably the end game. Right?
If they're real.
Yeah, if the realist, it always comes down.
What if
You're just
I'm the
not-
only one that's real?
Right.
And this giant motherfucker right here is just to make me want to push harder
Yeah.
and work out more to better myself to achieve my goals.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's what he's doing.
Although, you know how rude it is to tell someone
That's
not real?
super. That's super real to
I'm
me.
like, bro, you're not real.
It's like the guys with
Well, you-
the,
well,
the
you-
tinfoil
every-
hats. With
Right.
it's that they're right and we're the ones.
Sorry, I'm just espousing
Yeah.
things. I just love simulation theory.
Yeah, I know. We talk about it a lot, though.
We do.
We really do.
And I know it's the in thing now, but
Yeah.
dreaded air quotes.
Yeah.
But
I just.
it's cool.
If you knew today is a simulation, wow, you would probably change how you're living.
Absolutely.
A little
yeah.
bit. Or would you? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like if I knew that in the back of my head, I'm like, you know, if it's a game, I'm going to have a
Right.
time in my life of it. I'm not,
Could you imagine?
you know, it could be, but I don't know. I don't know how your mentality be 100% different.
We all have kids or a kid on the way.
Right.
We all have
Yeah.
people we love, right?
Yeah.
Someone tells you, You walk down this hallway, at the end of the door, you're going to find out that this isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Those people aren't real. All those that love and all these things you have for people, they don't actually exist in this form. I think a lot of people would actually be like, I'm not going to go down that hallway.
Yeah.
It'd be a hard pill to swallow.
90% of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil would.
Yeah.
Who?
Neil, what? My audio video editor could be running down the hallway. I could be someone else.
Take the door off the hinges.
It just crashes through it like a
Police!
like a Kyle through drywall. Just smash.
A Kyle through drywall.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, people finding out that it'd be simulation theory, dude, there'd be world chaos, man. World chaos.
I don't know. It goes back and forth. Would it be world chaos, or be like really, like we would probably just stop, like give up? Like you could stop mid game. You're like, I'm kind of.
I think that would be cat
Two?
Yeah.
Because then when the guy doesn't show up to the nuclear power plant and the cooling rods break down in and it does like
Have you
explode.
seen that movie? Chernobyl?
Chernobyl.
I'm gonna get slapped for saying it wrong. Like, oh, look at that guy.
Have you seen it?
I saw like 2 episodes. Anyways.
Oh, it's a TV show?
Yeah.
Well, there's like movies based
TV
on it,
show.
and there's
Yeah.
like a really good Netflix documentary that is
Yeah, I watched-
good, but at the same time like weirdly pro-social communism or something. But
Yeah, I watched a lot
That
of
reminded me
like,
of that.
documentaries and stuff on it, but
humans doing nothing would be just as
It's-
catastrophic as
right.
yeah.
humans.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
But that all depends on the simulation, because if you find out that it's just you, everyone else wouldn't believe you anyways,
Right.
because they're coded not to believe you.
Yeah. Our brains can't really grasp that. Yeah.
You're giving me anxiety.